Greetings, market researchers, and welcome to the Market Research event in sunny San Diego, California, 2010. Today is November the 9th. This is Monday, the second day of the event, the first official day of presentations for the main conference program. And I have with me Jackie Anderson of Forrester Research. Thanks for joining us, Jackie.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Is this your first time at the Market Research event, or have you been before?
No, this is actually my third time at the Market Research event.
Why do you keep coming back?
I've just found that it's the best mix of market researcher professionals. So on the vendor and client side, both. A lot of other conferences are a little heavier on the vendor side, which is good for some insights. But to get a full mix, I found that this is actually the best venue.
So you had a full day in our symposia sessions, and you had the morning tracks today. What did you see or hear that sparked your interest?
Just a lot of great conversations that have been happening around what's next for market research. It's a really hot topic. People are starting to look at the influence of social media. They're starting to look at the influence of different technologies that are now available and starting to think broader about what is next for market research outside of the bubble of, how do I get this report done? How do we do this individual task? And really thinking bigger picture, which is really exciting.
Were there any particular presentations that stood out to you that made you think, I'm going to take that back and noodle that around when I get back to the office?
Well, besides my own, of course, right? Of course. The Facebook session yesterday was really good, and the Best Buy session that they just had in the main stage was actually really good too. They're doing a lot of, turning directly to their customer-facing people and using them as a research source. And I think we're seeing a lot more of that, of just outside of using traditional sample, getting research inputs from other sources, and that's a really important part of the research team now.
Absolutely, absolutely. You mentioned that you did have a session of your own yesterday. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So I talked yesterday about using new research methods in segmentation. So segmentation has traditionally been something that's very data-heavy, quantitative nature within the market research forces. So we talked a little bit about using new research methods to kind of expand your segmentation and bring it to life. And then on the flip side, using segmentation to choose which new research methods you should be using.
And what kind of reaction did you get from, I sat in on a couple of the presentations in that track, and so I have an idea of who your audience was. What kind of reaction did you get to what you were talking about?
There was a lot of excitement because I think one of the problems that market researchers are facing is that they're excited about these new methods, but they don't necessarily know how to make the jump into incorporating them into what they're doing. So a lot of market researchers are comfortable with quantitative segmentations, but they really need to make the next move to say, okay, what else can we do to keep this alive? And so having a couple of tools in their toolbox, so to speak, to be able to turn around and go back and say, you know what, we can give this a shot. That seemed to be the biggest promise that I saw.
What are the key tools, the key trends in segmentation that you think people should keep an eye on moving forward in the near term?
Sure. We talked a lot about using community aspects to really help broaden the segmentation. So after you've done the rigor of creating an actual segmentation, diving into a community or other new social tools to really expand it and bring it to life so that you can then communicate it to people who maybe aren't as data savvy within the organization and help bring some color to it.
Terrific, terrific. Yeah. Well, you've given us some great feedback and thoughts here, Jackie, and I just want to thank you, Jackie Anderson of Forrester Research, here at the Market Research event.
Thank you very much.